Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, I'm not going to talk about a legal problem specifically. Instead, I'm going to talk about the scoping in Python function. This is a very important concept in Python functions, and I certainly sometimes get confused. Let's take a look at it. So, an example here. So we have the global variable that is defined outside of the function. Now I call it x, and the initial value is 5, and I define some function over here, and I have the variable being another variable being called the same name, right? Is value is 7, right? So you can see that there are two variables here. One is the x that's outside the function. One is this x inside the function. I'm going to print it from the two places. One is printed from the inside function. One is printed off from the outside of the function. As you can see, sorry, I haven't called this function yet. Let me do that. As you can see that the two variables are not the same, right? As you can see that if we print from the function inside the function, so the value is on the local scoping, right? So the value is 7, and the ID which is associated with this local variable that has a reference to the memory is this ID over here. However, if we print it outside of the function, the value is is 5, which is declared globally, and the ID is not the same as the one that in the inside the function. So what happens if we, let's say, want to reference to the global variable inside the function, and we can do the following. So in the Python function, we just declare this way, global and then x, right? And then we can subsequently change this variable inside the function from originally it was 5, now we can change to 7. And then we call the function, and then we print it outside the function. Let's see what happens. And now, as you can see that this x now is in reference to the global variable, right? Originally it was 5, and then we changed it to be 7. As you can see that, so no matter we print from the function or outside of the function, we are printing the same value. Also, the ID that's used to make a reference to the memory, they are the same right now because we are really working with the same variable no matter outside of the function or inside of the function. So this is one way to go. Another way is to use the globals function and then access to this global variable. Let me show you how it works. So let's say if we have, so now I've changed it, right? Using the globals built-in function. Now we have the variable called y, and we call this built-in function. And this, by using this function, we will have access to all the global variables. And in particular, we are interested in the x, this particular global variable. That's why we put the index of x as a string, and then we assign it to y, right? So essentially, we have the y and x now is in the same reference. As you can see that we print off y inside the function, so it's the same value as the one that we print outside of the function. And most importantly, the ID of x and y, they are exactly the same thing because they're in reference to the same place in the memory. However, look at what's the difference if we change the y to be, let's say, 10, and the story will be different. As you can see that if we print y after we changed it, and then the y becomes 10, right? And also the ID is not the same as the one that we call from outside, because when we assign a new value to this y variable, we are not changing it in the globals over here. essentially we created a new variable in this line, right? And this new variable has not much a relationship with the one that declared outside. If we want to use this globals function to change this x variable, which is declared globally, and we can do the following. As you can see right now, the x is changed to 10 within the function. And when we print off outside the function, the value has been changed and ID was not changed. Okay, so that's two ways to have access to a global variable from a function. I hope you find this video is helpful. If it is, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.